Okay, now let's talk about perhaps what has been the most amusing story of the day. The Chamundeshwari temple apparently doesn't belong to Hindus anymore. That's right. It may have existed as a Hindu temple since the 17th century. It may see thousands of Hindu devotees stream in every single day, but now it no longer is of Hindus. It belongs to everyone. And this wisdom has come as an outcome over the flashpoint of the Mysuru Dashera festival. The trigger was the Karnataka Congress government inviting author Bhanu Mushtaq to inaugurate this year's Mysuru Dashera, the festival which is celebrated at the Chamundi Hills temple and is in honor of goddess Chamundeshwari. Remember, there was considerable consternation about the invitation being given to Bhanu Mushtaq. Many people asked, in what is a purely Hindu festival, in a Hindu temple, what is the need to have the author inaugurated? While defending that particular invitation, D.K. Shivakumar decided to say that because people of all faiths come to the Chamunda temple, it is not Hindus exclusively who own the temple. Goddess Chamundeshwari doesn't just belong to Hindus, it is of everyone.
I had given invitation to every section of the society, including foreign nationals, visit even today, tomorrow. Can you stop entering palace? Can anyone stop entering Chamundi temple? See, it is a deity of the state, not for a religion. We call it Nada Devate. So Dasara prayer is being offered by everyone. Everyone participated in it. So it is our Indian culture. Ultimately, it is a constitution. And Chamundi Hills is a government temple. It is not a private temple. It is a government temple.
ಅನ್ಯ ಆರಾಧನಾ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರೋರನ್ನ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸು ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯುವಂಥ ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಈ ಧರ್ಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರೇ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಭಾನು ಮುಷ್ತಾಕ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಯಾಕಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದಸರಾ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಯಾವ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನರು ಬಂದು ಕರೀಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಜಯಂತಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನರು ಸಾಲಿಡಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಹಿಂದಿರಬೇಕು. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನವರೇನ
On the auspicious occasion of Shri Gauri Ganapati Habba or festivities, it has come to our attention that the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri D.K. Shivakumar, who is also the Congress State President, has made an utterly shocking statement saying that the Chamundeshwari temple is not a Hindu temple and is not a Hindu property. This is an utterly condemnable statement and utterly ridiculous in its saying as well.
Taisin Purawala continues with us. Dushyant Sridhar, Vedic scholar, joins us. Dushyantji, honest question. If people of all faiths come to the Chamundeshwari temple, does it belong to everyone?
Okay. Namaskaram, Padmaja. Seeing you after a hiatus. Best wishes. Very quickly. This Mahalaya Amavasya that is going to come on the 21st September gives rise to a set of another 9 days called Navaratri, which is Sharan Navaratri that comes during autumn. The 10th day is Vijayadashmi, celebrated as Dashara throughout the country in different modes. In Karnataka, the place where I'm born and raised, in the city of Mysore especially, the Wadayar kings instituted the Dashara festival, which is a festival dedicated to the Hindu goddess Chamundeshwari. The temple is of a Hindu goddess. Dashara is a Hindu festival. I do not have any problems if a Muslim or a Christian celebrates this festival. If Mammootty makes a pookolam on the day of Onam, Onam doesn't become a secular festival. He is celebrating a Hindu festival. I think the phrasing needs to be right. Second very important point, this is a very important practice for the Astikas of Sanatana Dharma who adhere to Devi worship, which comes in Brahmanda Puranam, Lalita Trishati, Saptashati, Sahasranamam, Saundarya Lahari, so on and so forth. So if you call an authoress a celebrated one, even if she belongs to the Muslim religion, in 2023, in a public speech, she mocked at the very concept of deifying, calling the Kannada language as a devata. Because in Kannada language, right through our history, we have called Kannada as a goddess. Like Bharat Mata, we call her Bhuvaneshwari. She said, why do you call her Bhuvaneshwari? I don't accept that deity. When you don't accept a female deity, because that may be adhering to the tenets of Islam, then why will you call her to a 10-day festival to inaugurate a festival that is to celebrate a deity called Chamundeshwari? So this concept of making Onam a secular festival, Dashara a secular festival, suddenly that concept of secularism will come into picture. I don't know why. It is a Hindu festival. For example, Abdul Kalam, he was a Muslim. He was respected by all. He said, I read the Bhagavad Gita. He never made obnoxious statements condemning or abusing the religion. So if he were to come, which Hindu will oppose? But she in a public speech has not made charitable remarks on the language, on the Devata. Then why will you call her to celebrate? This is my simple question.
And Tehseen Poonawalla, on the simple issue of today suddenly declaring that the temple doesn't belong to Hindus, seems to be as strange as saying that just because I go to Harmandir Sahib, it ceases to be a place of worship for Sikhs. Of course, Harmandir Sahib in Amritsar belongs to Sikhs. The fact that I go there as a Hindu is I'm a Hindu going to a Sikh place of worship. I can't say, no, it doesn't belong to Sikhs anymore, it belongs to everyone. What is this logic?
The answer, Dushyant is joining. I'm seeing him after a long time, so very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you, Dushyant. There are 2 or 3 issues. The only reason the BJP is trying to make this a political issue, and the BJP is not here, and I have a lot of respect for Dushyant, so I don't want to get into a debate with him, is because the BJP has nothing to speak about the Karnataka governance model. They know that they're going to lose. Therefore, their LOP to everybody is trying to latch on to one issue, which is a non-issue. The BJP itself in 2017 called Professor K.S. Nisar Ahmed to inaugurate this festival. And now the BJP has taken a 180-degree turn. But the fact of the matter simply remains this. And I have come today from Ganesh Chaturthi, Ganesh Puja. I have a Ganpati at my house in Delhi and in my house in Pune. I do the Das Mahavidya Tantra, which does not associate with this Devi, though in the Durga form it is. So I don't understand where religion per se comes into who can practice, who cannot. This is a state-run temple in which there is a festival that is to be inaugurated, and for that festival somebody will celebrate.
Right?
Of course, it's a Hindu temple. And it's a Hindu
But that's
hill.
not what Rishi
And
Kumar
who's
is saying. He's saying that it doesn't belong to Hindus,
No,
it
he's
belongs
saying
to everyone.
it's a government-run, state-run temple.
They
Now,
may
the
run
simple
it,
question,
but
now,
it's a
simple-
Hindu temple.
It's a Hindu temple run by the state government.
But
And
it's
the
a Hindu
simple
temple
question
still.
is
That's
that
not
the
what he's
state-
saying. He
the
is saying
temple
it is
should
not
be
a Hindu
free.
temple, it's an everybody temple.
And the same BJP that today is taking up issues with this will not dare question the Prime Minister or the BJP why state temples being freed. The BJP's actually got more temples under government control than freeing them.
100%. And
The
we have
BJP
protested
is
against
the
it again
biggest
and again.
hypocritical party here. I am being very clear here.
But
the
that's
BJP runs with the hound and hunts with the
But
deer.
Tehseen Poonawalla, that is a completely separate issue. And while you're on that issue, yes, that should not happen. There should be control of Hindus over their places of worship. But that's a
Absolutely.
completely different issue. Dushyant Sridhar, how do you respond?
Padmaja, very quickly, thanks Tehseen for the wishes and wishes to you again. Very quickly, I'm an apolitical person. I will not be bothered who wins the next election, whether it's BJP or Congress, honestly. But a very quick question. When he said that in 2019 there was a judge of the justice who belonged to the Islam religion was invited, we had no problems because he never made public statements, obnoxious statements on the Devi. When you have her in a 2023 statement, which is there in the public, which has got articles, when she does not have charitable remarks to make on the Devi, then why do you call her? The question is not of a Muslim lady coming, a Muslim lady who has not had charitable remarks. Very quickly, Tehseen said it is a Hindu temple of the government. No, the Hindu temple belongs to the Hindus. It is just administered by the state. It has a layer in it. Why should a Hindu temple be administered by a state when other places are not there? That's another thing too. That's another debate that we should be having for days and months together because it will never have a solution. And last of all, Padmaja, this concept of hijacking a festival, just because a devout Hindu cuts a cake and has some gifts distributed on Christmas, Christmas will not become a secular festival. Dashara is a Hindu festival. The temple is a Hindu temple. Anybody, for that matter, if they give it an affidavit or if they say that, well, I have spoken some not so nice statements about Bhuvaneshwari and Chamundeshwari, the Devi, but I have great respects, then who's going to stop? See, India has been such a forthcoming and such an open religion. But when you make some nasty statements and then you're invited, I'm sure this is not taking a political turn. This is hurting the sentiments of Hindus.
And that seems deliberate, the choice of the guest, then saying things like this. Why? Just live and let live, Tehseen Poonawalla. Let Hindus just celebrate their festivals and worship their deities. Why do you have to constantly be like, no, we will get somebody else to inaugurate it? No, we will now declare that it doesn't belong to you, it belongs to everyone. Why?
I am very clear that the temple belongs to Hindus. It's administered by the government, and I'm repeating that for Dushanji. And this should not happen. Temples should be free, just like mosques, church, and other institutions are. Very clear, but the BJP is a hypocritical party. To the second issue, if somebody's made some statement, in what context, I am not aware of. But we should, as a nation, encourage different people celebrating all festivals, be it Christmas, be it Sikh festivals, Islamic festivals or Hindu festivals. That's what makes us so great
But
as a
that
nation.
is done, Tehseen Poonawalla. It is an individual on whom a question is being asked. You've got people of every religion coming to the temple. There are hardly any temples where people are singled out and barred based on their religion. That is the exact point. This is not a religious issue. This is only an issue of trying to provoke or maybe thumb your nose at the people who just want to peacefully celebrate their festival. Why choose her? There are hundreds and hundreds of very established people of any religion who could have been chosen. Why her? Doesn't the choice seem deliberate?
Because she is the first woman from Karnataka to win an International Booker Prize, which is a meritorious award that she's received.
Great, then give her a state award as she has been felicitated publicly by the state. Why get her at the guest as the guest in Dussehra? What is her relevance to Dussehra when she herself has said that she does not harbor those beliefs, where she does not respect those traditions?
But the festival that she's being called for is the cultural festival that is celebrated in Dussehra. Of course, Dussehra is a Hindu festival, but where she's being called for the cultural festival. So there'll be so many cultural activities taking place alongside the religious activity. Just like Dushanji, you're welcome to my city of Pune or Mumbai. You'll see tremendous cultural activities along with the religious activities.
Ganpati is a cultural festival, but is Dussehra also a cultural festival?
No, the cultural facility.
See, for example, Padmaja, if it is a cultural festival, it can be celebrated at any point in time in the year. Why choose a Mahalaya Amavasya, which comes in the Panchangam of the Hindus? Why do you call it Navaratri and the 10th day as Vijayadashami, which is called Dussehra? It is a part of the Hindu calendar. Just because you dance on Devi, you sing for Devi during the festival, a cultural festival doesn't become secular. A person belonging to another religion, they may want to participate, which they are welcome. But by the way, I'm just reading out a statement from 2023, Jana Sahitya Sammelana, very quickly. You are smeared turmeric and vermilion on Kannada and turned it into Bhuvaneshwari. What am I supposed to stand now? This is her statement, and there are further statements which I would not like to read in the public. So this is all there, very well documented in the print media, and there is video evidence as well. When she has very little respect for Bhuvaneshwari and Chamundeshwari, the Devata, why will you call her? If someone is ready, for example, Periyar in Tamil Nadu 40 years back broke Vinayaka idols, Ganesha idols. Why will you call him to a festival to inaugurate Vinayaka Chaturthi? So it is not about calling a Muslim woman. We are very proud of her accomplishments. But why will you call her to a festival where she has no regards? Simple question.
All right. And I leave that simple question for you to think about. Was this choice more a political one than about communal harmony? Thank you very much, Dushyant Sridhar, Tehseen Poonawalla, for joining me. And remember, as always, when it is issues that matter, the buck always stops here. Thanks for watching.